Hello YouTube, I'm George and this is the Happy Chronicles. So today I'm out in Point Pinole Park. Actually I'm at the entrance of the number 2 parking lot. It was the newest of the 2 built. There's an old one up off a giant highway. This is the end of Atlas Road, which is right off the Richmond Parkway. So as a reference, if you want to come out, Google it. Anyway, I'm continuing on with the Bay Trail series. Now the Bay Trail is a lot of miles all the way around. Some of it's not complete. This section is one of them. Now I haven't ridden out here in, probably about 3 months. It hasn't been finished. I don't think there's any plans of finishing it, but I wanted to kind of show you guys just in case you saw the map or you thought, hey, I could go this way. Actually, you can go for a little bit and then it stops. Let's get on a bike and take a trek over there and we'll show you. So, Peppy's in tow today as usual. My trusty steed. We're gonna trek up over the overpass here. The train tracks run underneath. We'll get a shot of those. And we'll show you what happens on the Bay Trail when there's an incomplete trail. Now I am going to try to find the section that actually is open, but I'm gonna have to do some riding on the street and up and over and around, and so maybe we'll get some footage of that. However, there's the Bay Trail. We'll be getting back on it here. And this loops through Point Pinole Park. So as you're riding the Bay Trail up the parkway, this is where you'll end up. There's the pasture out in the park. And here we go. So this parking lot and this part of the trail were finished many years ago now. And when it did provide for a bit extra. Easier access into the park itself. The old parking lot up off a giant highway takes a little bit of know-how to get in, and you have all the historic maps and signs around. Okay, so there is the railroad tracks underneath us. Amtrak and freight. So this comes down, here's Atlas Road right here. And oh, there's the railroad tracks, there you go. And as you can see, it looks like, hey, boy, this trail just continues on. Hey, I can keep going and going and going. Not so much. Not so much. Very nice infrastructuring. Very nice planning. And someday, when this is done, there's the Amazon for us over here in Richmond. Someday when this is done, it's going to be neat because this will take you all the way out, potentially to Crockett, which will be a neat run because that's actually quite a few miles, and if it continues along the railroad tracks and then along the water, it should be a really neat trail. Thus far, it's looking good. I mean, you could see where it would fool you. You're like, oh man, this is so cool. I'm coming down. Oh man, it goes behind, and oh, how sweet. And there's no indication, there's no signs or anything that say this trail ends or there's a dead end or unfinished. You gotta look on the map. You look on the map and it shows it. But then you actually look down here and you're thinking, man, that's a pretty long trail, and then it just stops. How's it stop? You know, there's broken lines. I have found on some trails, you can kind of get out. You can kind of loop around it. You can kind of, navigate a little bit. This one here, I'll show you. You could potentially get up into the neighborhoods, but you got to cross another live railroad track, and train is not something I want to get hit by. No, sir. No. So, As you can see, it's the back side of the Amazon facility. Huge facility. Amazon is huge. And it just malingers around. You're thinking, man, look at this, how beautiful. Wow, look. Bay views. You know, it's nice and quiet. You know, you're thinking to yourself, man, this is gonna be so cool. I can ride all the way out to Rodeo, through Pinole, and you know, continue on and shoot, we'll go have lunch in Crockett. No, that's actually not gonna happen. And once again, no signage, nothing that tells you, hey, this is gonna stop abruptly. You wait, you'll see. It's pretty cool though when you're coming down. But this is that one trail, and I've been meaning to do a little video on it. But, you know, it's a short and sweet video on, you know, pretty much having to turn back around. All right, there's the railroad tracks. So you can see it's actually kind of built adjacent to, obviously, or parallel to the railroad tracks, which go down all along the water line here in the Bay Area, along the San Pablo Bay, and then they shoot up in through the hills to Martinez in another direction, but they actually have two sets of tracks. These are the set that actually go out. Now, look, I mean, nice little lagoon. This is actually all water during the rainstorms. This little lake, this little pond turns into a huge lake. But, you know, here is some more buildings. Oh, man, look at those views. The views. You're thinking to yourself, oh, man, this is the coolest damn trail. But then you're questioning, how come I don't see any other people? How come there aren't any joggers? I mean, wow, this is pretty cool. It's like you have it all to yourself. Well, I probably do. Oh, that's a sinkhole over there. Wow. All right, so you've got more of the Point Pinole Park, which just goes down and down and down and down. And you're thinking to yourself, well, George, why don't you just go through Point Pinole Park? Well, it actually ends right there. At the end of the tree line is where the park actually ends and turns into marsh. I'm gonna get you as high a view as I possibly can here. And I guess you could probably walk it. On a bicycle, it's probably not gonna work too well. What is going on over here? Is there a new store over here I don't know about? A bunch of cars with their trunks open. I don't know what that is. We'll have to check it out. There we come up on this nicely painted big logistics box with retaining wall and, oh man, look at all that. I mean, you're thinking, man, that's pretty cool, right? Right? But does it connect to anything? Does it actually connect? I have never really been able to get to that point. I'm gonna take a look today, but, what? Get out of here, no way. You rode all the way down here to this. Damn. I mean, talk about putting in parks, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. So this little trail up here, I have actually trekked up and kind of looked around. We're gonna walk up there real quick and let you guys see. But these are live railroad tracks. Amtrak, freight. I mean, I can be a little bit of a Darwin candidate here and get up close. I imagine I'll hear it and see it before it gets and kills me, hopefully. But if you keep following these tracks down, it'll take you all the way over to Rodeo. Pinole is pretty much here. And that's Pinole. Rodeo would be right over there. But the tree line, as I said, that's the end of Point Pinole Park. And you can see people down here along the shoreline. So I imagine you could walk along the shoreline. I've never done it, and I wasn't planning on doing it today. I have my bicycle. It's a long trek out. But if you look over there at that little peninsula, that's Rodeo there where it connects back. So apparently, somewhere over here, there is a park which I'm going to attempt to ride to today and see if I can get the connection somehow. If there is, there'll be another video. If not, well, this is pretty much the long and the short of it here on the Bay Trail. And with that, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Gonna keep bringing them to you. I'm an old man that just likes making videos. Everybody have a great, glorious day. Get out and do it. Nobody can do it for you. Peace.